Just a few more days to lock in your fireworks.
Well, we can tell you this. Tomorrow's a big day. Miguel Tejada, Barry Zito bobblehead. First 15,000 fans. It's presented by New Era. And I'm telling you, it looks like Barry Zito. We know it does because he's sitting right next to us. That's how we know. For tickets to this game against the Braves, visit athletics.com/promotions. Barry, thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, this is great. It looks like me. You mean I still look like this now? Is that what you're saying?
I'm serious. That's pretty good.
Right.
It looks more like you than it does Tejada, I think.
Yeah, it does.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's definitely true.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. It's great to be back out here at the yard. Obviously, it's got some good mojo going up here with Sonny on the hill, and glad that I caught his start.
That wouldn't just foul. So again, that'll be tomorrow, the giveaway. So how's it going? How's retirement going? I know you're
good.
It's not like you're not working because you're writing songs like crazy, but you miss baseball?
Yeah, I do. I really do. I think I just figured out a way to distract myself so I didn't feel it when I left the game.
What are you missing the most?
Man, the intangibles, man, like the smell of the grass and you know, walking out to a beautiful field that's just cut perfect like this one in front of us here. It's those things that I miss.
Hit pretty well to right center. Matt Joyce is not going to get it. Bounces high off the wall. And Brugman will get it in quickly, and Camargo has a leadoff double. So that's the first hit in the ball game for either team. So the numbers for Barry Zito, of course, very high draft pick for the A's, three-time All-Star, the Cy Young Award winner in 2002, 165 career wins, and you see the ranks among Oakland A's: wins, strikeouts, starts, innings pitched. And you know, we were thinking the other day about how a player that spent so much time in the Bay Area, of course, half your time with the A's, half with the Giants, and the only other guy that we could think of that spent that much time with both teams was Casilla. I mean, right? Because he's been with both teams for 7-8 years. So
absolutely.
So you know all about the Bay Area. So.
Oh yes, I do remember. It's great to see him back here too. I love it.
Well, you guys had some fun together, though, huh? You and Mark Mulder?
Oh, yeah.
Guys hanging out?
Oh, absolutely. We had a really fun team, man. I'll tell you what. Everyone recalls that, doesn't it?
That's what I tell people. The times, the going to dinner, the getting into the cities those nights, going to dinner, going out.
Yeah.
They're just some of my favorite times.
Olsen on the backhand. You know, and it's funny when you talk to players who are out of the game, and they always say the same thing. They always talk about what they miss, but it's never the actual game on the field. It's always everything else. It's the camaraderie. It's like Mark has talked about those dinners many times. He's told us how there'd be 10, 12 guys every time we got into a city, and how much that you miss that stuff when you're out of it.
Yeah, you do. And you know, it's funny. And as far as the competition, I mean, I think I miss the rush, like the adrenaline of kind of going into a start and being like, okay, I have no idea what happens. I gotta, you know, push myself off that ledge, just trust myself. And I think that thing is what we might miss.
For sure.
Is just the question mark of how's this going to go. Because, you know, life can be very predictable in certain places. And it's more than, you know, unpredictable than it's ever been when you're out on that mound.
But don't you, I mean, you guys, when it's all said and done, isn't the constant everyday preparation something you get sick of? You know, I'm saying not the day you're pitching, but, you know, spring training every day and getting yourself ready every day. Does that stuff get a little old after a while?
I don't know. I mean,
you know,
the routine is.
You did it longer than I did.
We crave routine, though, right?
Yeah.
Just as kids that played baseball and sports so seriously our whole lives.
Rajay Davis hustling over. He's not going to get it. So a run's going to come in to score. Dansby Swanson with an RBI double, and the Braves take a 1-0 lead here in the top of the third.
Obviously, my presence has just been awesome for Sonny so far. Sorry, buddy.
It's all your fault.
Jeez. You know, and I think we are routine oriented, like I said, just being so disciplined from an early age. But I'll tell you what, it's to answer your question, I have not found a workout routine since I retired, and it's unfortunate. It's been almost 2 years, and I'm serious. And the boiler is growing, and it's time to figure it out.
Welcome to the group.
And my wife is like, seriously, you've got. It's almost 2 years, honey. Figure it out.
I told that to people. I got done. The last thing I wanted to do was see the inside of a gym when I got done playing, because all the rehab that I did from surgeries, all the working out.
Oh, yeah.
Your career ends, and all of a sudden, you don't have a reason to work out anymore. And so about 1.5 years ago, I've said this. I got a trainer, and it's a girl who that my wife had worked out with before, and this she crushes me. And it's the only thing that keeps me in somewhat decent shape,
dude,
because it's crazy how quickly it changes when all of a sudden that routine of going to the park every day, working, running, bike, whatever it might be, is taken away.
Right at Lowry. Inciarte is retired for the second out.
Something about working out for general health that is just not ever been part of our program. So it's like, no, it's good for you. You know, in 30 years you'll think yourself. It's like, no, like if we don't have to go pitch, you know, in 2 months of spring, what do I care?
Yeah.
And so, but that attitude honestly has to change soon.
Yeah. Oh, the joy of retirement, huh?
Yeah. Oh man.
So what do you think of when you look out over this field? You had so many great moments here.
Yeah, it's all good. You know, it's kind of like you only remember the good things.
That's good. That's the way it should be. And you had a lot of them. You had plenty to choose from.
Yeah, it's kind of like after a bad relationship. You know, the more time that goes by, you forget the bad parts. And you know, there were some rough parts here, but all the good parts are the ones that stick out. That's all that matters.
Do you have a favorite one that sticks out, whether it's here, you know, but with A's time? Was there a favorite game, time, you know, anything like that?
It's a great question, man. You know what? For me, there was two specific things. One was in 2000, we were in the elimination game, the playoffs, pitching in Yankee Stadium. I mean, old Yankee Stadium was just the greatest place ever, especially for a rookie, you know. And so pitching there and beating Clemens and the whole deal, and we scored a crap load of runs, so I can't really take too much credit, but
win's a win, baby.
A win's a win. Yeah. And then you know, 2006, kind of going in there and you know, beating Santana and the whole deal in Minnesota. And
you pitched great that day.
Metrodome is a sneaky, very hard place to play in the playoffs, as we know, man. It's super loud in there, crazy.
1-2 the count to Brandon Phillips.
You know, the part that's about retirement that's interesting is seeing the guys that, you know, you had played against, and then the more years go by and you're like, that dude's still out there,
still playing.
Oh my gosh.
You know what, I find myself going, oh, what's that guy got? About 5 years now, and it's like 10. He's been in the big leagues for 10, but I keep thinking he's 5 because I think of him as a young player still, and you don't realize how quick it's gone.
Blocked nicely by Maxwell.
Although there's very few left that I played with.
Is there?
Those are being eliminated quickly.
Oh, super salties now, huh? It's crazy, man. Yeah, the game is the game more geared to the young player now? Is it just us old guys making excuses? It just seems like there's more. I mean, I look at the leaders in pitching and hitting out. I recognize half the names.
I think there's more young stars out now. That may have something to do with it.
Maybe that's it.
Outside, 3-2 to Phillips. A run in for the Braves here in the top of the third.
But when you say geared towards the young player, I kind of agree with that, because you no longer have the veterans that are re-signed by or signed by certain teams because, well, we need a veteran presence.
Yes.
I don't think teams really think anyone needs a veteran presence anymore.
Yeah. I remember that was starting to happen kind of as I was leaving the game, but instead of getting the free agent that was going to make, let's say, $2 million, they just, you know, pay the young kid who could probably put up similar numbers.
Yep. So Sonny Gray strikes out Phillips. You stick around for another half inning? Great. Appreciate it. So 1-0 Braves as we go to the bottom of the third.